Hello, everybody. Welcome to our next presentation. This presentation is going to go over writer's notebooks. Now, you should have read a blog post already that talks about what a writer's notebook is and all the different kinds of things that you can put into your writer's notebook. But today, I am going to share with you my writer's notebooks. And I don't want you to think that this is a super strict, only write for this class kind of thing for you. This writer's notebook is really about you and about how to do some practicing. Obviously, I'm going to have you do some writer's notebook work this semester. It's going to be required of you. There's going to be 5 assignments a week. So I know that you're writing in your notebook at least 5 times a week. And I'm not asking you to write for 3 hours. I'm just asking you to do kind of little quick writes to get that writing muscle in shape. And so you get to live your life differently when you have to write every day. And so sometimes I'm going to tell you what to write about, and sometimes I'm going to give you a choice. And I'm hoping that once you get in the habit, because this is a habit of mind, right? Once you get in the habit of writing every day, that you'll even pull out your notebook, when you don't have to, maybe something happens or you see something that you want to write the story, or you're wondering about something because you saw something happen at the ballpark or at a store or something, and you're thinking, that isn't right, or wow, that's really inspiring, and that you want to just get that down in your notebook so you can use it in some formal writing at some point. Or not. Maybe you'll just write it for yourself, because that's what the majority of my notebooks are for, is just because I want to write for myself, so I have a record of what my thinking is like. All right, so I have, looks like I have 4 notebooks from the various years, and I am an inconsistent writer. When I get super busy, I put my notebook down and don't pick it back up. And I wish that I was more disciplined. I wish that I was a more disciplined person, because basically when I get busy, I put everything down until I can catch up with whatever it is that I'm behind on. And I wish that I was more disciplined in having a more balanced life, because then I would have time to do all the things that I want to do. But alas, I have been trying to cope with that my entire life. So I want you to know that you're going to see some evidence of that inconsistency as I share. And I also want you to know that before the first notebook that I am going to share with you happened, I just used plain old spiraled notebooks. And then I learned about decorating, and I wanted to do a little decorating. So I'm going to share with you. I'm going to go to the document camera here. There we go. All right, so here's my very first notebook. This is the first one that I decided to decorate. It was because I read about decorating notebooks. Actually, it was on a blog post of an author, and she wrote how she does it. So I went to Michael's, and I bought some fun paper, and I went to the grocery store, I think, and I just bought some magazines, and I went through old school and cut out pictures from magazines and looked for good quotes. And if they didn't have the good quotes, I printed them from my computer. Like you can see, it says, "Wisdom is knowing when to avoid perfection." I liked that because I kind of want to be perfect all the time. So, yep, that's true. And this was August of 2009, so I always put the date on my cover so I know when I start. There's a whole bunch of pictures here that just sort of represent what I like and things that are meaningful to me. I have a writer that always talks about this plant here, so I really like that writer, so I put those up. And then I really like to decorate. I love to do collage. It's something that I used to do when I was in high school. So I kind of went crazy and I did the back too. And I had a poem that I like. I love the wild rumpus. It's kind of glary. There you go. I love frogs. So I have a frog here. So I have just a bunch of stuff that just sort of talks about who I am and what I like. So that's my very first one. And I want you to know that August of 2009 is when I started. And I started by I have some snippets of language that my grandma was saying. We were visiting her in the nursing home. So I was writing down some snippets of that. And then I kept writing and writing, right? And I'm just going to try and find where I ended. Oh dear. I ended July 12th, 2012. So August 9th to July, August 2009 to July 12th. So this is several years of writing. So when you look at it, it could feel really intimidating because it's all filled up, but it took me years to do that. And so then when I finished this, and I did also do the insides, right? Oceans. And then I was going to do something on here and I ran out of time, so I didn't. So there's my first one. And then in 2013, June of 2013 is when I started this one. So you can see there's some gaps, right? I love this still. Learning to fly means falling down until you don't. Still love that because I'm still falling down. So here's, I'm a big reader. I was learning about vulnerability at this time and the art of falling down. Trying to be artful about my failures, basically. And so I started here, and it looks like I was writing a story of some kind, but again, I did some decorating with a poem and Whatever You Are, Be a Good One by Abraham Lincoln. I love this quote. It says, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Love that. So I just was looking for quotes and things. Here's another poem, and I love this thing, revolution, love, the love revolution. And then I think I actually did figure out how to add my kids to this. There's my frog, because I still love frogs. And here are my kids when they were little. They were so little then. And my husband gave me this greeting card, and I loved it because it says, you are here always. And I loved that. So I kept that. And I had this sculpture because it reminds me, it's a mother figure. So I wanted that to be kind of the theme of my family in the back. So there that is. And then, and this one went from 2013 to 2018, May of 2018. So that's several years again. And then I started in 2018 here. So I must have been motivated. And I have a bunch of things here that I was working on. Willpower, still working on willpower today. I love this Leonard Cohen quote, ring the bells that still can ring, forget the perfect offering. There's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. So it's okay to have cracks, right? And then I did do some more quotes here, right? And there's my frog. Always have a frog. And I think I did another family page, but my kids have grown up a lot here. Right? And then my back is some other things, right? So this is just how I did it. Now I want you to know that this ended June 23rd of 2019. So that was pretty good, just about a year compared to the other ones. And this is my current one. So you can see that there is nothing. No decoration at all because I suck. No, that's not true. I just didn't have time, and when I want to do it, I want to do it. And so this last summer was kind of crazy, and this whole year has been kind of crazy. So I just probably won't decorate this one, and I'll decorate the next one. So I started this June 27th of 2019, and it starts out, I wish that Barnes & Noble still carried my old notebook because they don't. So I was upset about that. And you can see that there's lots of blank pages, but not too many. I'm kind of close to ending here. I have some blank pages. The last time I wrote was May 22nd of 2020. And yeah, that was a while ago. Yep. Anyway, that's where I'm at. So I haven't written since May. So my goal is to start writing again because I think I need to write with you guys this week, this month, this semester. And my challenge to you is to not have a blank notebook. I would love it if you could find a way, even if it's just a little quote, like one quote or one picture, that you can make your notebook yours. And I have this, kind of fancy hardcover thing, just a plain spiral notebook or a composition book. I will say that I haven't not written at all because I have been using these this summer. And this is all work though. I didn't want to put my work stuff in there. So this is all work. It's trainings that I've been to. It's books that I've read. And this is the next. So I have been writing. And so if you like these are great. And in fact, these are wonderful if you want to decorate them. What I do, if you want to do something like I did, is I buy the decoupage stuff, and I'm not going to remember what, I think it's called Mod Podge, and you can get it at Target. And then I buy those kind of disposable, like they're kind of paintbrushes, but they have foam on the end. And what you do is you put the Mod Podge down on the blank cover, and then you put your pictures or your quotes or whatever you're putting down on, and then you put it all over the top again. And then it's waterproof. It's great. So I just want to encourage you to make your notebook your own, and you are going to be doing a show and tell in our discussion board that shows us your notebook. And by the way, if you want to use a notebook, like you already have a journal or something that you write in already and you don't want to start a new one, that's cool with me. No problem. But if you want to get a new one just for the semester, that's cool too. So it's completely up to you. But it would be great, and you don't have to share any writing or anything yet, unless you want to. If you have something that you'd like to share, that would be great. But just a little, like a picture of your notebook. You don't have to do a video like I did, but a picture would be great to show and tell how you are preparing some inspiration for writing for this semester. So I'm really, really excited to see what you do with this, and I'll see you on the next presentation.